Hello and welcome back to my Dandelion Diaries. We are continuing on with Inkmiss and we are officially on day 9. Wild. Let's see what we get today. Okay, so this one is called Wishing Tree and it is another chameleon. All right. And for our shimmer, it looks like it goes from almost like a pinkish color. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up, but it's kind of like a pinkish color on my end to a green. That's kind of cool. I'm wondering what the base of this is because the sticker is kind of gray, but it's also kind of green. Let's swatch it out. I think I'm in love. Hands down, new favorite. I'm so sorry. If you're new to this channel, just know that I am obsessed with green grays, green blacks, green yellows. Off greens are 100% up my alley, and this ink is perfect. The color of this is definitely a green gray, but it has subtle hints of like a brown underneath it. And I'm really excited to see how the shimmer does with this, that it has kind of like a pink to gold kind of look to it in the bottle. I'm really excited, really excited to write with it here in a minute, but I'm already in love. Yeah, this is such a cool, unique color. I'm really like having a hard time scratching my brain thinking if I have anything that's even remotely close to this. So I'm excited again to compare swatches too. This ink is great. I'm really excited about this one. Yeah. Okay. Color again, green gray, shading. Yes. Shimmer. Yes. Flow. Fabulous. Okay. Let's get to comparing some swatches. Okay, I'm going to start with the grays in my swatch books, the 𝗂𝗶𝘁𝗵𝗁 paper that I have here, just because I don't want to categorize this strictly in green. For me, it's green, but for others, it might be a bit more gray. So I just want to see if I have anything in here that's super close. I usually put all of my green grays in my greens, but we shall see. Okay, it's actually kind of close to Birmingham Pen Company's Abandoned Shipyard. Abandoned Shipyard is definitely a bit darker and a bit greener, I would say. This Wishing Tree has a bit more of a beige tone. Nothing is super green here. I really do think I put most of them in my greens. Okay, this might be a really close dupe of this actually, and that is Robert Oster's Jewel of the Crown. The only difference here, I think, is going to be that shimmer. The Jewel of the Crown is kind of like a champagne-y color, and the Wishing Tree definitely has that kind of duotone color shift shimmer in it. Very cool to see that they are so close together, though. I think this is the closest one yet. So let me pull out my greens and see if I have anything close in there. Okay, so starting off page 1, it's kind of similar to Wearingeul's Mad Hatter, but I'd say Mad Hatter is a bit more sage green. It's more of that like bluish green undertone, but it's still fairly gray. Okay, it's very similar to 𝗤𝗏𝗄's 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗽, but note that the 𝗤𝗏𝗄 inks do shift colors depending on the paper. So on Sarasara Paper paper, they're very similar. Let's see. I'm honestly so excited for this color right now. It's kind of close to Fierce Press's Moss Park Green, but Moss Park Green is definitely more green and Wishing Tree is definitely more beige. Oh, it's very similar to Birmingham Pen Company's Antique Sepia. That's kind of cool because I've always wanted to put shimmer in that ink, and now I have an ink that's kind of shimmery in the same tone. I do think Antique Sepia is still a bit greener, and Wishing Tree is still, again, a bit more beige, but that's kind of nice to see. It's also similar to Birmingham Pen Company's Alfalfa. I feel like Alfalfa does have a bit more of that brown tone to it, but it is much darker than Wishing Tree. It's also similar to Birmingham Pen Company's Oil Rag, but Oil Rag is, again, much darker. It's kind of close in, like, tone to Color versus Alpha Uma, but the Wishing Tree is much darker and has shimmer. But the Color versus Alpha Uma is definitely that kind of, like, lighter gray-green version of this, I would say. Yeah, it's kind of close to Jeroboam's Vert Empire, but Vert Empire is definitely a bit more gray and a bit darker. It has that nice black haloing thing going on too. No. Okay, it's kind of ish. Okay, it's kind of close to Diamine's Alpine from the 2022 green Inkvent. Alpine is definitely much darker, has silver shimmer, and is also a bit more on the, I would say, grayer side. Like it's more of like that cool toned gray. Wishing Tree is definitely more of that like beige warm gray, but still very similar. Oh, I didn't expect this. Okay, it's kind of really close to Dominant Industries Autumn Forest. I'd say Autumn Forest with the rose gold shimmer pulls the color to be a lot more green, a lot warmer, and Wishing Tree is a bit more on that kind of like, again, beigey kind of grayer side, but they are very close. And with the pink side of the shimmer in the Wishing Tree, I think they'd be really neat to see next to each other in like writing. It's also very similar to Ferris Wheel Press's Brilliant Beanstalk, but Brilliant Beanstalk has a champagne shimmer in it and is a bit lighter. It's kind of close to Birmingham Pen Company's Lichen, but Lichen is a bit too dark, I think. It's also kind of close to Color vs. Dudong Forest, but Dudong Forest is still a bit greener. Also kind of close to Linen Toolbar's 𝗦𝘃𝗽𝗄, but I feel like 𝗦𝘃𝗽 is a bit greener still, and Wishing Tree still has a bit of that beige going on with it. Yeah, I would say our closest matches for this are going to be the Ferris Wheel Press's Brilliant Beanstalk. Where was the other one? Probably Birmingham Pen Company's Alfalfa or Antique Sepia. I think they could eat either one of those. Ferris Wheel Press's Moss Park Green is also kind of close. But I think the winner, I really think the winner is definitely Robert Oster's Jewel of the Crown. I think that's going to be the closest, like to almost a T closest. The only difference here to me is the color of the shimmer, which gives me hope because Diamine shimmers typically perform a little bit better for me in most pens than the Robert Oster shimmers. I find that the Robert Oster shimmers sometimes have a bit larger of the glitter particles or whatever you want to call them. So this is kind of exciting to see, but I'm really excited for this color. Also, I'm going to try to get the shimmer to show for you guys because it's doing this like rainbow thing in front of me. It is so cool. Oh, I'm obsessed already. And I haven't even written with it. But yeah, it's kind of doing this like rainbow green to pink kind of situation. It's beautiful. I'm really happy with this ink. Okay, let me do a writing sample and I'll be back in a second. Alrighty, and here we have the writing sample. The top up here is still a bit wet, but I'm hoping the shimmer is popping out and you can see the gorgeous like little bits of shading that are in there too. I'm a fan. I am such a fan. This ink is gorgeous. It definitely reminds me a lot of Dominant Industries Autumn Forest in writing, and that it has that kind of like beigey green gray look to it with the kind of pink shimmer showing up. I do think the shimmer goes both green and pink. I don't know if the camera's going to show the pink side of this, but from my angle everything is pink, and from y'all's angle it seems like everything is green. Very, very cool though. Really love this color. Love the dual tone shimmer in it. Feel like it's pretty unique. I do think there's quite a few inks out there that I have already that could compare really well to this, but I don't have anything with this kind of shimmer, and that makes me really happy. So yeah, new favorite, definitely a winner in my book. Really, really happy with this one. And I just want to leave this off on a really good note. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you're having a good day. Be blessed, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 10.